Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second annual Doddy Day. Give me a cheer, come on!
That's right, our first Doddy Day last year had to be virtual as COVID cancelled our audience. But that didn't stop us going for the laughs.
Well, Ken always said that you can tell a joke in Liverpool and they won't laugh in Manchester.
Yes,
they can't hear you. By Jove!
So this year, we decided to make up for it with a live show and a Diddy flash mob.
And we are here today to celebrate the life and legacy of the late, great Sir Ken Dodd. Today is all about happiness, it's all about health, it's all about feeling good, it's all about celebrating the Squire of Nottingham.
Happiness, the greatest gift that I possess. I thank the Lord that I can bless with more than my share of happiness.
So, here's a taster of the Happiness Show, which is all about celebrating young talent that Ken was always keen to give opportunities to, plus the great health benefits of a good laugh, a belief shared by some of these famous friends.
To me, without a shadow of a doubt, he was the best comedian the world has ever seen. And sometimes I cringe when I watch young comics on the television saying who was the best comedian and who wasn't. And Doddy was somewhere like number 8 or number 10, which is ludicrous. Doddy was the Pele of the entertainment business. He was, without a shadow, he was the Muhammad Ali. No praise is good enough for Doddy. He stood alone.
Even I'm too young to remember the start of when I became aware of Ken Dodd, because he's just always been there, you know, since I was like little. It's like asking me when did I first become aware of the sun or the moon or wind. I don't mean passing wind, although if Ken is looking down at us, he will be saying, no, go for the gag about the wind. Do the wind gag.
I first became aware of the wonderful Ken Dodd, Sir Ken Dodd. Before he was Sir, I was sat here watching as a 9-year-old with my family, watching the Ken Dodd laughter show. And I just was spellbound because I'd never seen anything like it. And I thought, oh, you can actually do this. You can go on stage and you can be daft and you can be funny and you can make people laugh. And that's when I sat there and went, that's what I want to do.
I think the first time I ever heard Ken Dodd was on television when I was about 12 or 13 years old. And he was doing a spot on television. I don't know how long it was, but it was just that thing of joke, 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 everyone in absolute hysterics. And I remember him doing this brilliant thing where the audience laughed, and then there was one of those stray laughers. Ah, ha, ha! You know, it was deaf, and he sort of clocks this person and then said, I paid for another one over there, over the other side. And I thought this was, you know, the fact that I really remember that as, oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
He was on television, and I remember really vividly, because I wasn't the prettiest child you've ever seen, looking at him and thinking, that's what I want to be. I can do that. I thought, well, I've got the funny teeth, I've got the hair, I ain't no oil painting, but people love him, and that is that ability to just make people laugh. I thought, that's it, that's what I want to do.
I always thought as a kid there was something very anarchic about Ken Dodd. Very. Just the way he dressed. And for me, when he said things like, isn't it a lovely day for throwing a sausage through your granny's letterbox and shouting, how's that for a length of pork, madam? It's just mad. You know, completely surreal, really surreal stuff, which of course appealed to me as a kid very much.
He didn't go out and crack a gag and you fell laughing. It's because he topped the gag, and then he went under the gag and round the gag and and he was on a roll. And you just eventually gave in, not to the joke, but to the person who was telling the joke.
He would come on and it would be bang, 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 you know, this kind of, you know, machine gun, just one joke after the other, you know, and that brilliant timing of he'd do the joke, they'd get the laugh, and just as the laugh was hitting that, you know, beginning to be banging, you know, like, it's like, you know, comics talk about killing an audience, and it is that, you're kind of being punched around the face, and just as you're coming to another one and another one.
I think everything about Ken was unique. Ken's a one-off, physically, mentally, in every way. He's just extraordinary, singular creation. And I think if you wanted one word for Ken, happiness, with all that means.
He's a legend. He is, and that word is bandied around far too freely. This is the man who his experience, his ability, his comic timing, his singing, his acting, everything he did for a purpose, and it was to make people happy. I mean, what greater gift can you leave, or legacy can you leave to humankind than that?
For me, he was the ultimate human being. I didn't see him just as a comedian, as a performer. He was a human being. And he cared about people. He cared about the people he worked with. He cared about the audience. Everybody he met was all grist to the mill. It was part of what made his life tick. And I think that's why he was such an extraordinary person and why people loved him. Because you didn't know Ken, you just loved him. And I loved him, and I still do.
When I think of him, my heart lifts, and I just smile. Sorry, I'm making myself cry. But I do. He brought happiness and laughter wherever he went. He did, really.
This year we set up a camera at the back of the theatre to capture the spirit of the Happiness Show.
This is amazing, look at this. This is wonderful. Hello everybody. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's so good to see you all here today. I am so happy, and on behalf of the Royal Court Theatre, Heart and Soul Productions, National Museums Liverpool, Ken Doddy Charitable Trust and the Comedy Trust, welcome to the Happiness Show, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't worry, be happy, don't worry. Did you see the Diddy men outside? Oh, cute with the Diddy men. Has anyone here been a Diddy man before? Oh, I have the moves. I just love the moves. Do you know what? I don't have many stories about Ken Dodd, you know, because I wasn't, like, around then. You know what I mean? But, what are you giggling for? I had a couple of giggles there. But I can tell you one story. Now, I graduated in 2014 from a theatre school, from Miss Nora's theatre school. Anyone know Miss Nora? Yes, legend herself. And Ken Dodd gave me my certificate. And you know, as a young Scouse lad, and you've got this icon, I was like, thanks Ken, thanks so much Ken. And he was like giving me gags as I was walking away, and I was like, thanks Ken. But I'm so happy to be celebrating his life today. And that's what we're doing, isn't it?
Ken, he gave me a lot of encouragement. Well, he told me to, no. But one of the things he did say to me was, he said, because I used to write things for Ken, and it was good fun, because he'd give me ideas, and I'd have to write something, and he'd say, that's rubbish, and then I'd write something. But it's one of the things he said, there's nothing funny about making comedy. And I didn't realise that it's not, because it's got to be funny.
This event really could not be happening in the way it is without the support and the involvement of Lady Anne Dodd. Can we have a big round of applause for Lady Anne Dodd, who's just been so instrumental, just guiding us through it, you know. And one of the things that was really important to Anne was having like young people involved and the next generation, and encouraging people to do stuff that they're passionate about, because that was a big thing that Ken was behind. And as part of that, and as part of Doddy Day this year, we've done a Doddy Day bake-off where two young chefs were given the task of creating a cake, and the theme was happiness. And we're going to see the first part of that now. We worked with Ellis Barry from the Great British Menu, and we did it at the L20 restaurant in Hubert College. So thanks to them for being involved. We're going to see part one of it right now, so enjoy this first little bit.
Well, here we are at the second Doddy Day bake-off, and my friend Ellis is going to tell us a lot more about it than I know.
Well, we've been invited back, so we must have done a good job last year.
I think
so thanks for having us. Anyway, we've got two wonderful young women chefs in the kitchen who've been baking all day, their socks off.
Yes.
They are producing some beautiful cakes all about happiness.
Lovely.
I'm Beth. I'm originally from Essex, but I'm happy to call Liverpool home now. I have for 5 years. I work at Luban restaurant for Dave Critchley now as their pastry chef, and it's brilliant. I'm having a great time. I love it.
I'm Ellie. I originally come from Prescott. I work at Liverpool with Ellis. I'm a pastry chef there, trying to figure out loads of exciting new dishes and things like that to please some local foodies, really.
Okay, chefs, stand by your whisks. This is where the fun begins. Ready?
Steady.
Bake.
Bake.
Ellie and Beth have only been given 3 hours to complete a baked masterpiece with the theme of Ken Dodd's happiness.
So what we're looking for from the chefs today is a real thought gone into the idea of the cake. Good quality presentation, a nice clean and tidy work ethic, but also great flavour, because great flavour brings smiley faces.
I've made the base of my cake, essentially. I'm trying to get in the oven rather quick, try and beat her, then I've got a bit more time. I've got a jam on, because obviously Ken Dodd jam butties. I sat down, and I was making a plan, and I was thinking, oh, there's got to be a mine, there's got to be a village, we've got to have little people. Drew it all, and then I was like, wow, this is a lot. So hopefully get it all done.
Actually, I'll have a sneak peek because I think Ellie might have planned a few more elements than she might have time for, but let's wait and see. Let's hope she can manage it. I wonder.
I'm doing a cake based off the song by Ken Dodd called Happiness, where he describes his happiness as like an ocean tide. So I'm doing a cake on like an island in the ocean. So that's going to be a lemon cake with a lemon buttercream and a curd, decorated with crushed biscuits and fondant decorations, and hopefully, if I have time, a little figure of Ken himself. But I'm not going to put money on that.
Ellie's off to the races with her cake in the oven.
Hopefully that bakes in time.
But Beth isn't too far behind.
I'm just making my lemon curd now, which will go in the middle of my layers between the buttercream.
Best unscramble the lemon curd. Costs a lot of time and effort. No one likes scrambled egg in the cake.
What I'm most worried about today is the timing of the decorating, because it's not like a majorly elaborate cake, but some of the aspects will take time. So I've just got to hope that my little fingers can move fast enough to make it happen.
I think I'm most worried about timing. Maybe, I don't know, cake burning and then having to start all over again, have a whole like Ian off the bake-off, baked Alaska kind of thing. It was sabotage. I have very, very strong feelings.
So watch your back, huh?
Oh, is that a threat?
It's a promise, love.
So at the minute I work at Liverpool. Recent start, so still very much finding my feet. My favourite thing is probably getting to interact with customers, because everywhere else I've worked as a pastry chef, you're always in some back cupboard somewhere. I enjoy explaining things to people, hearing where people have come from. Ellis is great. Ellis, if you're watching this, you're great. I love you. It's an oven. It's my oven.
Don't forget your oven, Ellie.
I think it might still be a little bit underdone in the middle. Raw cake batter is delicious, but I don't want to serve it today.
Do you know how to turn these hobs on?
Yes, so... Get this, I'm helping. If she wins,
I'm so grateful.
I've helped.
I could attribute my success to you. So I work at Luban, which is a Chinese fine dining restaurant. Executive chef is Dave Critchley, who you might have known from Great British Menu. He's doing it again this year. I've worked there for about a month now as their pastry chef, and honestly it's brilliant, having a great time. I think my favourite thing is definitely the kitchen team, because they've been so friendly and welcoming right from the start. I felt right at home straight from the beginning, so that's definitely my favourite, I think.
She feels done. This is an exciting time. And I've beaten her. Don't know about how many minutes, but I've beaten her. So everything's going according to plan. It's when I drop it now. Jinxed it now. Right. Whew. smell that? It's good.
That smells really good.
She's jealous. She knows.
Oh no, wait till you smell mine.
Fair enough, fair enough.
What do you think Ken would have thought?
Oh, we would have loved it. We love to encourage young people in their jobs and to love it and to feel for it.
My dad, as soon as he found out I was doing this, loved it, told me all about how he used to go and see him, near Old Hay and in Prescott, and how like he'd go to like shows and say it'd finish at 10 and then he'd be there till stupid o'clock.
He's a local legend, isn't he? But seeing the mural in town and heard his name around, seen a couple of his skits without even really realising it, heard his songs.
It's just a good part of Liverpool history really, isn't it? It's just something that everyone really should know about.
He did such good with his life and is still doing it even afterwards, so it's a lovely story.
They really should have a whole day and dedicate it to him.
So my cakes are ready to go now. They've risen quite a lot, which is good. I'll trim the tops off. You can see they've browned quite a bit. They've got a bit of a crisp top, but I'm going to pour a lemon syrup over them so that'll soften up nicely.
Okay, chefs, it's time to decorate. Go.
Finished now. Ready for the next bit.
Oops, Beth. Can't make a cake without breaking a few eggs. Or spilling some flour.
Why are you filming this? I'm going to pipe some seaweed on the outside of the cake so it looks like, you know, under the water. I'm just going to do 3 different colours for that. A blue, a green and a purple. And the filling and covering buttercream is going to be blue to look like the sea. This should be really strong, so I didn't mean to put that in there. That was meant for the fondant. There we go, it's all good. All good. You can delete that footage, thanks.
Nah, we'll keep it, thanks. Ellie's had her cake out first, but has the tide turned as Beth is storming ahead with her decorating skills?
Very luckily, the Diddy Men houses are not very square, which I'm very, very grateful for right now, under the time pressure.
Just cutting the cakes now, ready to fill and stack them.
She's belter, it's all good, she's a belter.
Do you have a spare piping bag?
Yes.
I'm really stealing stuff, thank you.
It's all good, teamwork, innit?
This is supposed to be a competition.
The jam's set very well, so I'm very happy.
My curd has also set very well.
Hopefully, all my decorations fit on top. If they don't, no hassle. That would be great if I have more than I need. It's just going to be a big push to get it all done in time.
I'm just filling my cake now with my buttercream and curd. And then I'll give it a quick crumb coat and set it up in the fridge before I can fully cover it in the buttercream.
Beth and Ellie are really bringing the heat this year, but who is going to take the crown? Find out in part 2. And here's a wonderful group, Positive Impact. Half of them have never even been in a theatre before, and look at them on the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Positive Impact Music Access Audience. Well done, guys.
Hello and a very happy Doddy's Day to you all from myself, Sir Joseph Porter, ruler of the Queen's Navy. I am the monarch of the sea, the ruler of the Queen's Navy, whose praise Great Britain loudly chants. Actually, if you haven't guessed, it's me, Les Dennis. I am playing Sir Joseph Porter in HMS Pinafore at the English National Opera here at the Coliseum Theatre. And you know, Ken would have loved this show. He would have made a great Sir Joseph because always they used a comic baritone, and there was no better comic baritone than Mr. Dodd. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, Lady Anne. I hope it's a great success. I'm sure it will be. Have a tatty-hilarious time. So, from me, tatty bye, everybody. Tatty bye. Ha ha ha. When I was a lad, I served a term as office boy to an attorney's firm. I'll stop now.
Sir Ken is the governor and will always be the governor. And I had a little theatre in Seal Street, and he asked me if he could do 2 nights there. He was rehearsing for the 2008 when we had Capital of Culture. And he came in, he did 4 hours the first night and 5.5 the second night. But when I used to do things like in front of him, he'd do a lunch and I'd go on stage, he would literally sit, because I've never been known to be a Jackanory presenter, and he would literally sit and just look at me, not laugh, not smile, and just go. And then I'd come off and he'd go, do you have to say that?
It's been such an honour and a joy to be part of this show today in honour of the legend that is Sir Ken Dodd. And really, we were so blessed to, as Lady Anne said earlier, to tour with him for 10 years, and it was just the best time. It was really wonderful. We'd like to introduce you to the bendiest, most dangerous instrument in the world. I thought I'd get a bigger ooh than that then. No, it's too late now, you've spoilt it. And this is an introduction to this medley as you've never heard before.
I went to get measured for a new suit. Fella said to me, you're a Mark F. I said, what's a Mark F? He said, it's 1 up from a Marquee. Folks, that's the sound our mate Doddy loved. He loved laughter, and hopefully you've had a good old laugh today. So we'll keep supporting this because he was our mate, of course he was, and he was the greatest comedian we will ever see in this world. The only one we love, Mr. Ken Dodd. Ken Dodd!
The one and only Lady Anne Dodd, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. Here she comes, look at her. Anne just wants to say a couple of things about our next section, which is we did a joke competition, didn't we? Because obviously we want to celebrate the past, but we want to also encourage the future with Doddy Day. And what we've asked is for young people to send in their favourite jokes.
And they did just that. We've seen so many absolutely wonderful boys and girls. The ones, the best ones, absolutely hysterical. And what a lovely day this is today. Thank you for organising it. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm very moved.
Thanks for being involved. Yeah, thanks for being involved. Should we bring the joke winners on?
I think we should do.
Okay, so we've got 2 winners. The first one is going to come out, and I want you to make them feel very welcome, doing their first ever stand-up comedy gig in the history of their lives. Please welcome Rosie, age 6, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Rosie! Rosie! There we go. This is Rosie. Rosie's got your joke. Let's let the claps die down. Go for it, Rosie.
What did the policeman say to its belly?
I don't know. What did the policeman say to its belly?
You're under a vest.
Rosie, ladies and gentlemen! Big round of applause for Rosie. Thank you very much. can go now, you can go now. Thank you very much. I think I'm going to start doing that at the end of my show, just stand there. Keep clapping, keep clapping. That was amazing. Our next winner is going to come on stage right now. Please welcome to the stage the wonderful Tom, age 9, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Tom. There's a mic for you, Tom. Go for it, Tom.
So, I was in school the other week and my teacher came in wearing sunglasses and I said, Miss, are you wearing them? Because I'm so bright. Oh, what a funny year we've had. I mean, doing my lessons on Zoom, I couldn't concentrate. Couldn't stop looking at myself on the screen. I must take after me dad. He got fired from his job at the orange juice factory the other month. Lack of concentration. I know where I get it from now. Oh, when I was on Zoom, I used to pretend to freeze. And then I used to get out of all my lessons. But then there was this one day when I'd done it, and when I thought my plan had worked, my dog ran past and ruined it. Well, in July, my mum was the big, oh no, 4-0. And for the birthday, my dad got her a fridge. But I mean, her face lit up when she opened it. Talking about birthdays, my sister got a pony for her birthday and she asked her to sing her a lullaby, but it was a little horse. That's it from me, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom! Rosie, come on and take a bow. Come back on and take a bow. Tom, just stay there for a second. Yeah, we've got goodie bags for them and we've got to sort them out for them later on. And I don't know, Rosie's doing an encore, apparently. I don't know what's going on here. But do you two want to take a little bow in front of the audience? Rosie and Tom, ladies and gentlemen, the future of comedy is bright.
Okay guys, that's 30 minutes to go, also known as half an hour.
The pressure's definitely risen for me ever so slightly.
Yeah, of course, because you've got to impress the judge and your boss at the same time.
I'll hear about it all tomorrow.
Tea, coffee, tea, coffee. Tea, coffee, from the trolley.
I'm feeling the pressure now, yeah, because I mean we've got what, 20, 25 minutes left now and I've still got basically a whole cake to decorate, so I've got to get on with it.
Still got quite a lot to do, but I think if I just keep going, I might get there, especially with my boss looking at me quite a fair bit. I think I might need to.
Ellie's up against it with lots still to diddly do.
You're making me shake so much, you know.
Steady.
We're on there.
Looks like things are going swimmingly for Beth.
I'm just piping little seaweeds on now, which you can't see.
Okay chefs, that's 15 minutes. 15 minutes. It's not long. Pressure's on. They say slow and steady wins the race. Not in this game. No shaking.
Well, you're making me shake. I can really feel the tension now.
Chefs, 5 minutes to go. Oh, this is it.
Okay guys, time's up. Stand by your beds. Move away from the cakes. Move away. Yeah, that's it. Ellie, what do we have here? tell us a bit about your cake.
Definitely set a lot for myself to do. Didn't reach any of the heights that I wanted to achieve, but this is basically a very small version of Diddyland. We've got a little jam butty man, we've got a little cottage, we've got Diddy men, got a little sign.
Oh, it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
It is lovely.
Brilliant
It's
job.
Lovely. I love the Diddy men too.
What's in the sponge? Tell us about the sponge.
So it's a vanilla sponge. On the inside you've got a marshmallow buttercream, so it's a bit lighter, so it's not as sweet. You've also got a homemade jam, the theme of jam butties, with a little bit of lemon, so it's got a bit of a zest to it.
At the end of the day, it's not just about what it looks like, it's all about the flavour. There's only one way to find out.
Yes.
Want to do the honours?
I shall, but I don't like to disturb it, so I shall go across this corner, I think.
Oh, the layers.
Isn't that lovely?
You've missed the jam. That's the best bit. The best
Gorgeous.
part.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's tasty.
Can have a bit more.
Don't eat it all. Save some for us.
Lovely.
And that homemade jam.
Yeah.
How is
Very
it?
nice.
Is that blackcurrant jam?
Yes, so it's blackcurrant and strawberry. So blackcurrant is always my granddad's favourite tart, so I tend to use it a lot.
That was Ken's favourite blackcurrant. He used to ask for blackcurrant pies. Never bought two, he'd have both. I'd have something else.
The game's improved a year on, and the cakes are already up there. You know.
Absolutely.
Beautiful cake. Well done, Ellie. Gotta move on over to you now before we get too full. Tell us a little bit about your cake.
So with the theme being happiness, I thought I'd look at Ken's song titled Happiness, and in that was the lyric, happiness to me is like an ocean tide. So I thought I would do something like that, like a little island in the ocean,
Yes.
little waves, and of course the iconic tickle stick there.
I mean, it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Thank you.
And is this seaweed here?
Yeah, it's, that's buttercream seaweed. The cake itself is lemon with lemon zest and like a lemon drizzle. You've got a lemon American buttercream with a curd in the middle as well, so almost a jam.
That's one of my favourites, lemon.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's
Brilliant.
lovely.
You ready?
I'm ready. Ready as I'll ever be.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
blue.
hey.
The levels of blue.
Nice consistent layers in there. Love all that. You know what? Let's put a few pebbles on it.
And is that the
Little
fondant or is
sprinkle
that something else that's
No,
made?
that's a buttercream.
Buttercream dyed blue, but it matches the way it's so clever. And I'm going to take a bit with the ice as well.
Oh, it's like lemon drizzle.
Mm.
You don't expect the lemon because it's blue. This is going to be a hard job, isn't it? Well, it's a very easy job and rewarding job.
Well, I think it's a very hard job because we've got to eat all this before we decide. I mean, the whole cake.
Well, we don't have to, but we will.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think you're both going to have to leave the room because we're going to talk about you both.
Time for the judges to make their decision. It's not going to be an easy one.
The technical aspect, so is the cake moist? Is it light? And is it baked well? Now, both cakes both do that.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? They've both got homemade methods of like homemade blackcurrant jam, homemade
Homemade lemon curd. They've
and
gone
the
through every
flavours there.
detail.
Yeah, and nothing's too sweet.
No.
So it's quite hard, this.
Right.
And because it's also two very different cakes.
Yes.
So I can't even compare them off one another.
Ellie's wondering if she's still got a job.
There's, in a way, to be a bit more inventiveness there, but then this is also very creative.
The thing is, this is very creative in the sense of like all the little decorations are hard to achieve
Yes.
in the time frame.
Yeah.
This is very skillful in the layers and
Yes.
the build up. I've made my mind up. Have you made yours up?
I have.
Okay.
I
Should we
have.
get them in?
Yes, please.
Chefs, come on in. Attention.
Hello. Welcome back.
First things first, I'd just like to say they were two extremely well-baked cakes. Flavours were amazing. Two completely different cakes. We had the lemon, we had the blackcurrant. So it was a bit of a hard job on our side, but I think we've made a decision. So, and the winner
Of the 2021 Doddy Bake Off
is Beth.
tied with Ellie. And that, everybody's happy. Absolutely marvellous. We could not decide. So, it's a little type present. Just a little. Both winners, so you're very welcome. Absolutely lovely. I've never tasted cake like it.
I should get the kettle on, shall we? And,
yes.
Have some cake and tea.
Afternoon tea.
Happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that I possess.
I thank the Lord that I've been blessed
with more than my share of happiness. Here we go now. To me, this world is a wonderful place. I'm the luckiest human in the human race. I've got no silver and I've got no gold, but I've got happiness in my soul.
Happiness to me is the ocean tide, a sunset fading on the mountainside.
A big old heaven full of stars above.
Oh, and I'm in the arms of the one I love.
Oh, happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that I possess. Oh, thank the Lord that I've been blessed with more than my share of happiness. Happiness is a field of grain, turning its face into falling rain. I see it in the sunshine, breathe it in the air. Happiness, happiness everywhere.
A wise old man told me one time,
happiness is the frame of mind.
When it comes to measuring a man's success.
Don't count money, count happiness. Oh, happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that I possess.
I thank the Lord that I've been blessed
with more of my share of happiness.
Oh, NHS, NHS, the greatest gift that we possess.
Oh, NHS, NHS, the greatest gift that we possess. We thank the Lord that we've been blessed with